Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures, not necessarily in that order. Welcome to another edition. Getting in an ugly habit these days of starting this thing casually late, you know, that's not good. It's not good. People want it on time. Get here on time. Get your ass going. And it's oh God, it's just I don't know. And then 2-3 minutes late becomes 5-6 minutes late. Becomes 8-9 minutes late. I have no idea. Just I need to focus. But we're here, we're queer, get used to it. Welcome in to the show from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. We have a lot of topics to get into today, but first of all, I want to remind you that the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast happens tonight, and I chuckle every time I think about it because of the different level that the show always goes to whenever Ben and I get together with you, the audience. Now, when we do that show, you know, I see a lot of the same people. It's usually a dozen or so of us get together. But if you're kind of like on the fence whether you should join, do it. I don't want it to seem like it's some kind of clique. We've recently gotten out of that mode of that clique thing going on. That's gone. I want to invite you, if you're new, to check it out. Now, in order to get to it, it is part of being on Patreon. So if you are on Patreon and you're like, well, I send an email out before the show starts, and it's just a Zoom link. So when you see it, click on it. So if you're on Patreon, there you go. If not, sign up. Sign up for just, this month, and you'll see how much fun it can be doing an ensemble show. And I say ensemble because it's not just Ben and I. Several of the audience members have developed into, I don't know, some kind of like characters. Okay? Adam S. writes, I can attest to this. I rarely show up, but when I do, it is fun. Thank you. Chris says it's always fun to watch. Aram says no bullies allowed. Well, I don't know about that. So I'm just glad that we'll be able to get after that again today. We should start at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. Okay. I also want to promote the charity angle. 'Tis the season, And I just had yesterday on the Huge Show, the race director, the man behind the Grand Rapids Marathon, talking about this exact thing. Mike Ball v. Eric Zane, Year 2. Thank you, Blood on Stars, interesting name, for following the show on Twitch. Okay, so you can see, if you are watching on the live stream, the little video shot there of the website. Donate to guess who will win the race, Eric or Mike. We have, a week and a half until the race, less than. All right. So if you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page, and pinned to the top is this little article with the link about getting in on the betting. And, it's one thing to sit around and beg for money for a charity, but this is a great bet. And the goal being to raise $2,000. We upped it from $1,000 because Mike Ball himself bet on him for $1,000. All right. If you bet, your $25 donation lets you bet on the race. And then in the comments, you pick your champion, Mike or Eric, and how much your champion is going to win by. If your time is closest to the actual margin of victory, Let's say you pick Mike and you are closest to the actual margin of victory. You will win $300. Second closest, $200. And then third closest, $100. Mike, so bold when we started this campaign, said, I'm doubling it. If Eric wins, pick Eric, and then by how much time? He'll make it $600 to the closest. $400 for second closest, $200 for third closest. Okay, so what the hell? I mean, bet once for me, bet once for Mike. Diversify your portfolio, as they say. So even if you were to so $25 minimum. Some folks put $100 and just bet once. Don't do that. Put in 4 separate bets, $25 a pop. But do it because we're raising money for the AT Children's Project. That's how we do it now, is here on this platform. So I sent the link along in the live stream. It'll be in the show notes of the recorded podcast. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay. Now, yesterday, I was on the Huge Show. It worked out awesomely. I was talking with Brett, the Hitman Hayes, sometimes known as Superfly, sometimes known as Lurch, sometimes known as Brett. And doing the Huge Show on 96.1 The Game, I was saying to him, I go, this is so easy to do. He said, what do you mean? I go, well, I mean, every day for the past 4 years, I have talked for 2 straight hours, take a break, publish that podcast, and then do it again for another 40. So talking for 10, 15 minutes at a time and then taking a commercial break is ridiculously easy. I'm like, this is a breeze. Doing this has gotten me used to all of this, for talking for way too long. Because it's not like I didn't, let's go take a commercial break. True, I take intermissions here. But, oh, my God, it's an amazingly fun time. And then so I'm winding down this period of time where you get to talk before you have to take this freaking commercial break. I'm like, I don't want it to end. I want it to keep going. And when you're alone in there, okay, so I had Don Kern from Grand Rapids Marathon, first hour. We just shot the shit, talked about him being a world record holder. It's great. Don's awesome. And then hour 2, Trey Connor from the Grand Rapids Gold basketball team. And by the way, the Gold on Thursdays, on their Thursday games, if you are here in West Michigan, they are adopting $2 beers, $2 dogs. Holy shit. That just leads to some great, great crowds. Everybody's just having a great time. $2 beers, $2 dogs, and which at one point was $1 beer, $1 dogs. The Griffins used to do that. $1 beer, $1 dogs, and then they raised the price. No, now it's $2 beer, $2 dogs. I don't think you can go much higher than that, In fact, I think this should go backwards and make it $1 beer, $1 dog. It's a great promotion. It's fantastic. All the college kids drink for next to nothing. Oh. So, all right, had Trey in. And then hour 3, basically just talking shit. Making stuff up about Bill. It was fantastic. I love it. I love being on the radio. I don't care how maligned that industry is. Okay? I still like it. And the reason why is the uncertainty of knowing who's listening. I mean, that's kind of true with podcasting as well. I mean, I can look and I can see who's the couple dozen or so that are enjoying the live stream. But I know in a podcast, very rarely do you get a mixed bag of people that are listening. It's all people that follow you or really go out of their way to hear what you have to say. Radio, not so much, and you don't know who. Okay, so and being that on the podcast, you can say whatever the hell you want. You can't do that on the radio. So Bill, as I sit down to start the show, Brett starts barking out orders that Bill has said. He goes, Bill wants me to run the board. So I go, okay. And then he says, and he also said, no sexy talk. And I said, okay. And then what else? Don't eat the mic. Now, what he mean? He doesn't mean like actually bite into the microphone, but like when I work this mic right here, as you can see, my face is right up to it. There, you don't need that. They have all this expensive processing that makes it so when your face is away from the mic, it's still very prominent when it hits your ears. If I move my head away from this microphone in any way, what you see, if you hear that, how it just disappears, and I'm barely away from it. It sounds like I'm 8 miles away, but so I have to be right up to it. For some reason, they've got some fancy processing that makes it that if you are far away, so he's like, don't eat the mic. Do not eat the microphone. It comes out distorted. I'm like, whatever. So Ding Dong's giving me rules. So I think the most important one is no sexy talk. So I started the show out with my impression of Bill. This is a huge show across Michigan, the only show where the people come first. Lots of people. People love me. People want to talk. 1-866-838-HUGE. Follow me, The Huge Show on Facebook, The Huge Show on Twitter, The Huge Show on Snapchat, The Huge Show on WhatsApp, The Huge Show on Grindr. And as soon as I said Grindr, which is the gay sex app, like if you want some gay sex, you just go to Grindr and you just pick whoever you want to have gay sex with. I think that's how it works. I don't know. That's the rumor. And so that was enough to make Brett go, oh, come on. I just told you no sexy talk. I was like, what? Not everybody knows what that is. Like, it's a multi-layered, reference, I think. Kind of. But, whoever needs to get it, gets it. And short time later, I noticed he's like hiding. I go, Brett, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm cringing because you already broke one rule. And I'm like, oh, shit. Here we go. But it worked out. It was fun. We finished the show. We're walking out of the building on Monroe Center, and there's 10 people walking down the street in robes. And one of them is banging on a drum, and they're chanting on the opposite side of Monroe Center. And I go, hey, Brett, what's going on there? He goes, I don't know. So I'm a pretty pleasant, loving soul. And as they are directly across the street from us, I waved. And some guy turns and he waves at me. And then he waves me over. He wants me to join together with the band. And I'm like, no. I wave him off. No. He's not taking no for an answer. He walks the street. He walks across the street, and he comes walking up. And he's brown. He's Indian heritage. Country, what do you call it? Dots, not feathers. He says, hello, how are you? I go, I'm well. I am Prakash. I said, well, nice to meet you, Prakash. I'm Eric. And gives me a gift. Look at that. You can only see that if you're on the live stream, but it says the perfection of yoga. And you got a guy sitting there in crisscross applesauce with his hands up. And there's Vishnu. Okay. Chris writes, Krishna's close. And Prakash says, are you spiritual? I go, yeah, I'm spiritual. I would say so. And he shows me this book, and I go, oh, yoga. Yeah, I've done yoga. Not like this. You haven't done yoga like this. This is the perfection of yoga. Bhagavad Gita. And that's the guy on the back of this. That's their spiritual leader. One of you says, Chris says, and now you're in a cult. Yeah, that's what's going on here. And so this guy's doing the recruitment thing. Brett immediately is puffing on a cigarette. He's getting sheepish. He's backing away. I go, Brett, what are you doing? Get in here. Talk to Prakash. The fuck? He come across the street, gives me a gift, and you're just acting like a child. Step up. He gives me the gift, and he wants me to join them. Like right then. He goes, would you come and see us? Would you walk with us? I go, no, I can't do that, Prakash. So this conversation goes on for a little bit too long. I'm just staring at him. And he goes, will you give me your phone number so I can tell you? And I go, no. I go, Prakash, I'm not going to give you my phone number. Then he says, can I have money for the cost of the book and its disbursement in publication? I go, well, yes. I'm going to get out my wallet, Prakash, and whatever's in there is yours. Now, I know there's only a couple of receipts in there. I open it up. I go, Prakash, look at this. Look at this. And he goes, oh. I go, do you want the book back? I can give you the book back. No, you have it. And he goes, what do you do? I go, well, I just got done working. I said, I work at this radio station. Oh, you work at radio, you sell, he says, I work at Meyer. I go, excellent. And he goes, what do you do at the radio station? I go, well, I talk. You talk. Yeah, like on the radio. Oh, his eyes light up. And I go, Prakash, had I met you at the start of the show, you'd have been on the radio today. We'd have brought you right up the steps, and we'd have made you a star talking about the perfection of yoga. And he goes, we do this every Monday, every Wednesday. I go, okay, buddy. Well, I will keep an eye out for you. I'm so glad that you said hello. And then he had to run along. So it was fun. And so now I've got this book, The Perfection of Yoga. So I don't know. I might have to send this off to our pal Kenny, who does DDP yoga, which I don't think is the same thing. Sam the Jew here. I'm pretty sure you weren't with us yesterday as the Super Bowl of Jewish observances took place. Yom Kippur. Okay, so I'm guessing you didn't do any type of interaction with the world concerning like media. You got to lay low on Yom Kippur. You're praying, you're focusing on the importance of the big day, and then Sam confirms it. And you know that I said that before you wrote Yom Kippur. Stayed at home and fasted. We had a whole breakdown of Yom Kippur on yesterday's show. Now, that, along with Rosh Hashanah, are the two big ones. So, depending on your vibe, you know, some folks are like, Rosh Hashanah, that's bigger. And other folks are like, Yom Kippur, are you kidding me? This is a Yom Kippur household. We need to have like a war to settle the score paintball event. The Yom Kippur is taking on the Rosh Hashanahs as to which one is bigger, more elaborate, more involved, more prayerful, more mindful. Good for you, Sam the Jew. One of the small number of Eric Zane Show Podcast Jew listeners. Glad to have you back. Okay. Gas on the rise. Oh, my gosh. What? And in a big way. 30, 40 cent jump in my neck of the woods here. I'm like, what the hell? Oh. OPEC announces, yeah, we are cutting production. Oil producing exporting countries. OPEC Plus said Wednesday it is slashing oil production by 2 million barrels a day. Whenever I hear about numbers of that level, 2 million barrels a day. Like if you lined up 2 million 55-gallon drums in occupying a space. I mean, you think about how much room that would take up. 2 million barrels of oil. And considering the fact that they're cutting 2 million barrels of oil a day. Just the fact that 2 million barrels of oil a day come out of the ground. How is it that we haven't run out of oil like 100 years ago? My God. But they're like, no, we're going to stop. We're going to cut this 2 million barrels a day. We're concerned about flooding the market with too much oil, which would then keep the price down. So they're like trying to avoid that. Saudi Arabia and Russia are doing this. They announced the production cut following its first meeting in person since March 2020. The reduction is equivalent to about 2% of global oil demand. Okay. The decision was made in light of the uncertainty that surrounds the global economic and oil market outlooks. Global prices, which soared in the first half of the year, have since dropped sharply on fears that a global recession will depress demand. So those countries are like, well, if all these people are going to cut their oil consumption, turn down their thermostats to save money, not travel as much to save money, we don't want to have too much production, which is going to be too much oil, and then the cost will drop. Shit. That sucks. So that means immediately at the pump, it skyrockets. And it's always the same, you know? If there's a hurricane forecast, the price skyrockets and then trickles down. Why can't it skyrocket up and plummet? Surely, because, all right, if on Monday you put it at $4.50 a gallon, and then over a period of a month, it drops back down to $4 a gallon. So then for like one day, it's at $4 a gallon, and then shoots right back up when there's even the thought of a hurricane out in the Atlantic Ocean. Joe Biden doesn't like this because you know how Americans are. If the price of gas goes up, Americans blame the president, at least the dumb ones. All right? Now, Biden knows that, and he has the midterm elections coming. And he's like, oh, man, this is a bad deal. I mean, we're trying to win this damn thing. We got, especially the Georgia thing is a big deal. We don't want the Senate to swing. More on Herschel Walker in a bit. Oh, God. And, basically, he's not liking this because it puts him in the crosshairs. You know, people don't, as soon as the price goes up, the tendency is it's Joe Biden's fault. So this is not good for him. So now the White House is reportedly considering a controversial measure to lower gas prices ahead of the midterm elections. And it's solely to win an election. And the companies, the U.S. exporters of diesel and other refined petroleum products are like, no, you can't do this. This is a bad deal. And the White House is like, oh, why? And they're like, well, if we have to spell it out for you, we will. There is a reason for it. And the White House is like, yeah, we got to win this election. So it's like, oh, God. So there's a lot of politics involved in this, and it's all bullshit. Because I think ultimately it could end up hurting us. If you're Joe Biden, you don't want to try to fix it cutting off your nose to spite your face. What you should do is you should just blame the Arabs in Russia. Just say, yeah, they're scumbags. They're doing this. Biden is not only blaming these countries, though, he's blaming actual gas stations. Heated discussions between the White House and oil industry bosses over the need to lower gas prices. Last week, Joe Biden slammed energy giants and gas stations themselves for raking in hefty profits and called on them to cut gas prices immediately. I don't know if it's the gas station's fault. I think it's pretty typical that gas stations really don't make much money, more than a few pennies per gallon on gas. All right? It's the oil companies themselves that are doing it, not the gas stations. I mean, I don't want to go blame my J&H family of stores for high gas prices. They make their money on the overpriced stuff inside of there. You know, like Mike Ball is stocking the shelves at those places, and you're paying $1.50 for, you know, whatever confectionery Little Debbie goodness, and it costs like 6 cents for that gas station. That's how they make their money. So I don't know if you can blame the gas stations here. But the White House is trying to do this cover. Let's see, the U.S. gas price ticked higher. White House has asked the Energy Department to look into whether a ban on exports of gasoline would bring down the cost for American drivers. Now, again, he's not doing this to help you and I. He's doing this to win an election. That's why this is happening. I don't want any of you to think that this is like something that is on the up and up. This is absolutely for optics alone. The problem with this, it says the move is a sign that the idea of a ban on exporting gasoline is gaining support in the Biden administration in the face of fervent opposition from the oil industry. The measure would cover U.S. exports of diesel and other refined petroleum products as well as the gas. We're trying to keep the gas in the United States. Okay? Trying to keep gas and diesel from leaving the country to other nations that utilize it produced here in the U.S. The issue is a hot one for the administration with the election 5 weeks away. Biden is focused on keeping a lid on gas prices, which have contributed to a near 40-year high inflation in the U.S. economy. With an export ban in place, gas prices could then fall as the move would protect domestic supply. But oil industry trade groups have said this is bad, warning it could disrupt global energy markets. So it affect the rest of the world. In a Tuesday letter to Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm, former governor of Michigan, another amazingly attractive lady, I think, banning or limiting the export of refined products would likely decrease inventory levels, reduce domestic refining capacity, put upward pressure on consumer fuel prices, and alienate U.S. allies during a time of war. That's the big one. U.S. allies are like, yeah, we got this tank, and we want to go blow up the Russians. It's Volodymyr Zelensky. There's no gas. There's no diesel in the tank. The heads of the American Petroleum Institute and American fuel and petrochemical manufacturers wrote. Meanwhile, Biden administration is also scrambling to persuade OPEC and its allies not to make too late. Reducing the supply to the oil market would likely drive up prices. It has, which could then feed into higher prices for U.S. gas. It's already here. It took hours. It took an announcement. There's no trickle down whatsoever when it comes to the price of gas. It's going to take a little while before that slashing of 2 million barrels a day even starts to, affect actual production. But yet we immediately see that spike in cost. Holy shit. That stupid truck I have, Jim wanted to borrow it, and it was near empty. And I was like, oh, shit, I want to just give it to him empty and have him fill it up. But I'm such a sucker. Like, I can't let him do that. I got to take care of him. I coddle my kids. Probably shouldn't, but I should. You know, that's what you do. You know, he's struggling. He's struggling worse than I am. I mean, I'm not struggling. He is struggling. I go to the gas station. $102 to fill that bastard up. I'm like, oh, fuck. He needed to borrow it because his car's getting work done. I go, all right, I'm giving you this with a full tank of gas. Please give it back to me with a full tank of gas. Okay, no problem. Off he goes. I have no car. All right. So that's what's up. A lot of people are pissed about this. I need to get that guy, Patrick DeHaan, on. Patrick DeHaan is a dude that lives right around here. And he created a site called GasBuddy.com, where he's like the one guy in the world who knows the cost of gas everywhere. He knows everything about this. He's an absolute guru. I don't know if he has autism and this is his gift or what, or Asperger's. You know how it is. Some of the most brilliant minds on the planet are Aspergery and autistic-y. But, you know, whenever there's a spike in gas prices, he's on the Today Show. He's like got chicks throwing their underwear at him. He's an absolute superstar. I need to get that guy on. That's all he does for a living is talks gasoline. Okay, if you're watching this show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, I'm about to say goodbye to you. If you want the rest of the show, you got to go to twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Go there, give yourself a little username, and then follow the page. Watch it as it happens live, if that's your thing. If not, as always, you can download the audio podcast wherever you download shows after I finish doing this live show, okay? When you are on Twitch, you can correspond with the usual suspects here. I see a lot of the same faces every single morning. They're awesome. You'll make friends, and you'll stay acquainted for a lifetime. But okay, if not, enjoy the rest of your day. I say goodbye to you now. Twitch and Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And Frank Fuss brings you the YouTube channel, My Policy Shop Insurance. If you ever want to reach me, say hello, send an email. Eric@ericzaneshow.com. That is the Shoreliner's striping inbox. Let's see here. Aram says, the competition between the two parties is the only way we can incidentally win these days. Chris says, so you're suggesting their president can affect fuel prices. Hawkeye fan 71. Biden was too busy at a wind executive meeting about offshore wind instead of attending the OPEC meeting. Oh, he missed the meeting. Oh, no. But the White House claims he's doing everything he can to reduce gas prices. SMHHH. That stands for shaking my head. Nick the electrician. Fill up the tank. It should come back full. Yeah, it should. Will it? I don't know. Maureen says, I coddle my kids too. I can't help it. Jesse says, I'm so glad I sold my truck. Bye-bye, 13 miles a gallon. Hello, 32. Florida man 0814 says, make friends and then talk shit about Eric on a Facebook group after stalking Eric. Wow. The Chibians show. That would be Kyle Tiller. Nice usage of Aspergery, by the way. Kenny says, with that laugh that Eric does, I can't help but picture Maureen as a Muppet character. I expect to hear that in a darkened theater on Saturday afternoon when we all go to see the film Smile and everybody's freaking out And while people are screaming because Maureen's going to be there, we're going to hear, because she says the film looks funny to her. What the hell? I don't know about that. She says, I'll try to suppress it, LOL. I think that's the way you got to avoid getting terrified, is just look at it as a comedy. Jump scares are the problem. I don't like jump scares. I don't like any type of fright. But I am going to see that film. More on that in a second. Herschel round 2. Uh-oh. Oh, man. This is something else. Herschel Walker. Yesterday we sat here, we talked about, and I played the whole thing on the Patreon of the kid, Christian Walker, indicting his dad for being a horrible father, addressing, well, wait a minute, you were a big fan of your dad a year ago, supporting him. Now you're not. He addressed it all. I posted it in the show notes of yesterday's podcast. The kid just laid waste to his dad. Okay. Did he pay for an abortion? The guy's like, okay, I say no to abortion, no abortions whatsoever. You cannot have an abortion. This woman says, well, that's bullshit because he paid me to have an abortion. I like Stephen Colbert wrote, what type of stupid do you have to be to write a check for an abortion? On Brian Kilmeade's show on Fox News, he said, I don't know who this person is. And that's the problem with the world. You can be anonymous and you can just make shit up. I'm suing the Daily Beast, who came out with the article. And I don't know who she is. Just came out of the woodwork. I have not paid for an abortion. All of this is fabricated. I did not give a woman a card. That is not my signature. He's deny, which is your best plan in politics. Deny. Do I think that all of this, what I've just said, is that going to affect anyone voting for him? No. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. All you have to do is lie and say that it's being cooked up by the Dems. And most of the moron, spoon-fed, brainwash idiots will believe that. However, now, okay, she had receipts with signed greeting cards saying "Get well soon," signed Herschel, and a check that said Herschel Walker in the memo line, dead baby. That wasn't good enough. So she's like, "Oh yeah, oh I don't know you. Oh okay, I got another receipt. It's called This Child. This is one of the chicks that Herschel had a baby with. And Herschel did not encourage this one to get murdered. All right? This woman, okay, after a woman revealed that Republican senatorial candidate Herschel Walker had urged her to have an abortion, Walker adamantly denied the story and claimed he had no idea who this woman could be. But there's a good reason the woman finds that defense highly doubtful. She's the mother of one of his kids. Now, if you're Herschel, I mean, I understand deny till you die. But you know she's got the silver bullet here. I mean, it's bad enough that she's got the first set of shit she dropped on the world. Now, eventually, I think she's going to come out and say, oh, yeah, this. It's like you'll see who she is. There'll be pictures of him with her. It's coming, man. You see, in politics, you got to release this stuff on a day-to-day basis. If you drop it all at once, it gets lost in the news cycle. But you throw out the one accusation, abortion, give him a chance to lie, and then present more evidence, which then he will have to lie more. Until finally, it's a picture like of Herschel Walker eating her out. All right? First, it's going to be just a picture at like a get-together, and then it's going to be, you're going to see porno by the end of the week of Herschel Walker actually saying, because he probably talks about himself in third person. Herschel loves having sex with you, or something like that. We're going to see some terrible porno movie that they made together. That could all be on the table. Now, I seriously don't think that any of that would harm the campaign. I don't. We're too divided. We don't care. People on the right don't care. People on the left don't care. The ultimate example of this is Trump grab him by the pee. Remember when he said that? And he got twice as many voters who love that. There's no such thing as an October or November surprise anymore. It actually improves your chances of winning. So if you're Herschel, you want this all to happen. Because then you can just deny it and say, oh, yeah, that's Photoshopped. That's Photoshopped by the left. And all the morons will believe that. So Walker categorically denied the story and said he didn't know. I don't know who's making this allegation. On Wednesday morning, Fox News host Brian Kilmeade asked Walker whether he had figured out the woman's identity based on details in the original report. Not at all. Not at all, Walker replied. And that's what I hope everyone can see. It's sort of like everyone is anonymous or everyone is leaking, and they want you to confess to something that you have no clue about. Walker then spun the report as an attack from desperate Democrats eager to maintain control of the pivotal seat. Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if this was cooked up by the Dems, but it's still happening. I mean, who cares? I mean, if the Democrat, okay, if this woman, whoever she is smart, you present a PowerPoint to the Democratic Party, and you say, I have information here that will undermine the campaign of Herschel Walker, and I would like to use this on your behalf. And they say, well, that's great because right now the Senate is 50-50 and Herschel can't win. Not only if Herschel wins, does that mean there's a transfer of power, but he's stupid. And the world doesn't need to be influenced by a guy who, when he blows his nose, the tissue is full of CTE. Yeah, let's do it. She goes, hold on. This is going to cost you $10 million. And then some PAC will go, that sounds good. You got it. Now you can get all the abortions you want. She's like, thank you. There's no denying that happens. She's not doing this because she believes in truth and justice in the American way. Fuck that. She's getting paid. But who cares? All right. Desperate Democrats eager to maintain control of the pivotal Senate seat. Instead of being deterred by his new public hypocrisy, he said he now feels energized. They see me as a big threat, and I know that, and I knew it when I got into this race. But they don't realize that I think they came for the wrong one. They energized me, Walker said. They energize me because I know how they really want to try to keep this seat. The anonymous woman said that defense sounded ridiculous. Sure, I was stunned, but I guess it also doesn't shock me that maybe there are just so many of us that he truly doesn't remember, she said. But then again, if he really forgot about it, that says something too. The woman, a registered Democrat whose years-long relationship with Walker continued after the abortion, told the Daily Beast that her chief concern with revealing her name was because she is the mother of one of Walker's own children. So here's the big receipt. This is your kid. So that's kind of a further bombshell, which is going to cause Herschel to have to lie some more. I mean, is this or is this not your kid? By the way, the kid being used as a pawn here, I can only imagine how that must feel, because now you got your mom throwing all this shit out there. That's not too much fun. And then ultimately, Herschel is going to deny that he's the father of this kid. That can't feel well. We got a future school shooter here. This is terrible. I feel bad for the kid being manipulated this way, you know. One of Walker's own kids, and she wanted to protect her family's privacy as best as she could, while also coming forward with the truth. Walker has publicly acknowledged the child as his own, and the woman proved she is the child's mother and proved credible evidence of a long-term relationship with Walker. Now, we need to see that. You and I, following this awesome soap opera, Eating the Popcorn, Michael Jackson meme, we need to see the kid. The Walker campaign declined to comment for this portion of the story. But even with the woman remaining anonymous, the story has still rocked Walker's family in other ways. After Walker denied the report, one of his three sons, conservative social media influencer Christian Walker, released a series of angry statements and videos condemning his dad as a liar and alleging that the University of Georgia football hero had threatened to murder him and his wife and his mother, Walker's ex-wife. He held a gun up against her head, and Walker acknowledges that. And he says, yeah, my head was a little messed up then. Wow. I know my mom and I would really appreciate if my father, Herschel Walker, stopped lying and making a mockery of us. Christian Walker tweeted after the abortion story broke Monday night. You're not a family man. Excuse me. When you left us to bang a bunch of women, threatened to kill us, and had us move over 6 times in 6 months running from your violence. Oh, dear God. The anonymous woman said while she's been a good sport about the campaign after Walker's denial, she could no longer keep this information from the public. Translation, she got paid. I've been very civil thus far. I keep my mouth shut. I don't cause any trouble. I stay in the background, but I'm also not going to get run over time and time again. She said, that's crazy. All right. So today's new revelation in the Herschel Walker case. What a shit show. My God. Man. All right. When this show concludes, I've got Patreon going on. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. We talked about that at length earlier. Want to see you on there. If you want to be part of the Patreon, go to Patreon. Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane and sign up for just $5 or $10 a month. More content every single day of the work week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're already there, I suggest just trying it out 1 month, seeing if you like it. If you do, convert it to a yearly and save 10%. That's a good deal. You have to pay it all at once, but I'll knock 10% off the cost. Meanwhile, the open and live stream of this brought to you by Blue Frost IT, the managed IT service provider for the Eric Zane Show podcast. BlueFrostIT.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you or your small business needs new tech, sit down for 30 minutes with Blue Frost IT. They'll tell you exactly what you need based on your business or your needs for your tech. And then you'll buy the appropriate stuff. And not the if you have a scenario where you buy too little, too much, or the wrong stuff. All right. Meanwhile, thank you to Full House Comedy. You got comedy going on, fullhousecomedy.com. Love them so much. If you want to go check out a comedy show, there's venues all over the place. fullhousecomedy.com. Okay. Email. I just heard from Allison over at Harbor Humane. Again, worth saying, I love all of the dogs and some of the people. I stole that from the multi-talented Megan at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. My God. Every time I go to the Harbor Humane site, I'm like, God, I got to get another dog, but I just can't. I'm going to get kicked out of this neighborhood. Look at her pooch. This is Mando. Look at Mando. That is the face of a troublemaker. You can just tell the shit that dog gets into. If your dog has that face, that means that the second you turn around, the garbage can's getting knocked over. That's the face you would see right before the garbage can falls. And then you hear it fall, and then you go, Mando! Mando! Allison, concerning football. Hello, Eric Zane. I thought you'd appreciate this little anecdote. As you're dabbling in the world of fantasy football this year, I am in a pick'em league. Slightly different concept. You pick the winner of each game, and you assign points. If your prediction is correct, you get the points. Easy enough. It's fun and makes every game matter. My husband and I have been in this league for years, and every year I name my team. After one of our dogs, and I usually do a marginal job at picking football games. Marginal job at best picking football games. Well, after week 1 and all those crazy, unpredictable upsets, I was like, well, fuck it. I'm going to let my dog pick the games next week. Figured it would be funny. We could get a laugh if he got more games right than my husband. I assign the points accordingly, but Mando chooses the team based on which handful of cheesy popcorn he wants. Week 2. He does way better than I had week 1. Calls some crazy upsets that no one else had ever picked, had picked, and comes in sixth place in the league. Solid try. So I'm like, heck, let's do it again. Week 3. Again. Picks some crazy upsets, comes in third place on the week. And suddenly our team Mando Boogs, is climbing in the season-long points total. We're in third place overall. Week 4, last week. Again, some bold upset picks. Jets over Steelers, Falcons over Browns, Seahawks over Lions. Got him first place. We earned $56 for winning the week. But the best part is he's now first overall in the league, beating out 22 presumably human football teams, including my husband, who is currently in 21st place. So, moral of the story, football is nonsense. Dogs fucking rule. And most importantly, my dog has better NFL hot takes and upset picks than Bill Simonson does. Well, everybody does. I'm sure we are going to crash and burn and get 0 points some week with this strategy, but enjoy the hilarity for now. Thought you might get a chuckle too. Keep me updated. I need to know how Mando is doing. That is awesome. Holy cow. All right, keep your fingers crossed that this is going to work. But I just went to Kyle over at Dumpster Divers. Let's see if we can swing this. Kyle, of course, from Dumpster Divers. I know I can hear him. How are you, Kyle?
I'm good. Can you feel me? Can you see me?
Both. We're good.
Nailed it. First try.
Yeah, dude. That's good to see. Just hear me talking about about football.
Yeah, you said your dogs made the picks. Is that what I heard?
Not mine. That would be a very sweet lady by the name of Allison made the picks and is dominating.
Oh, why did I think your dogs did it? Did you say something about a dog?
I did. It was her dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, what do you think about Jared Goff? He had a fine game, the most recent game, with the exception of the pick 6, but that defense was horrible.
Dude, that was frustrating. So we were at Blue's grandma is going back to Florida, right? Because she comes here for the summers. Well, not even the whole summer, but she comes here for part of the year and then goes back to Florida. So we had to have this huge potluck type dinner where all the nieces and a bunch of people were there, right? And so then we were also watching the Lions game, which means I had to contain my inner rage of what was happening. but I was eating a lot of food, which was nice. But dude, that was frustrating, dude. Like even me and Blue's dad were like primarily watching it, and he was getting like super fucking pissed. He was like, he started rooting for the Seahawks and stuff. It was wild, dude.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. I have to admit, it seemed like as I was watching that, they every time that the Seahawks, and you might have to start your video again, by the way. There might be a function on there. I had to restart your video, so if you see that on your end.
Oh, there we go.
So yeah, it was frustrating. Yeah, you're good now. It was like 3rd and 5, and I knew that they were gonna let Seattle was gonna get the first down. It was just one thing after another, such a letdown. And now I see that the coach is kind of like, well, yeah, we got to reevaluate. He's starting to get that look, that look of disgust on his face.
Yeah, here's the thing for me, Eric Zane. Fucking. If the coordinators, I feel like, are just always trying to be like the smartest people to ever live. And I'm just like, it's football, dude. So just chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like Aaron Glenn is just trying to like be way too smart and like do these crazy defensive schemes when it's like, dude, just guard the freaking people, dude. You know what I mean? It's like they're doing like zone sometimes, but then like the guys who are in the zone on defense, like, they'll just like let a receiver say I'm standing here, right, and there's like a receiver like 5 or 10 yards over there. Like he's over there, and like the Lions are just like looking at him and just going, I'm just gonna keep standing here,
right,
and I'm just gonna let him stay there. And it's like, you can't, if you're gonna play the zone, you gotta like play the man and the zone. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then they're just standing there, and so they're getting these easy completions. Then they're like, all right, well then we'll switch to man defense. But we're going to stack the box and only have one safety over the top. And then, which you can't do if you're playing man defense. You know what I mean? So then, like, the quarterbacks are just like, all right, frickin', I'll just throw it down the field, dude.
I think
and it's like, I just don't get it.
I think the thing about them that frustrates me the most is the inability to change mid-game. The same shit keeps happening. I don't give a shit if you got to punch somebody in the stomach. If they're getting open, do something different. I don't care. Who cares? Anything's better than just letting them march down the field with a bunch of assholes.
I know. And here's the thing, too. Here's the thing. I am very slow. I know that. And, like, I know that, like, the NFL and, like, receivers are very, very fast. So I can't, like, pretend to know what it's like to be an NFL cornerback or anything like that. But here's what I'm thinking, Eric Zane. Like, when I play, like, pick up football with my friends or whatever. Well, I don't do that anymore, but when I was younger, right? And you play football with your friends, like out in the field or like out by like the school, whatever, like where you play. When you're playing, like when you're guarding a guy, like you kind of like turn your body like towards the quarterback, right? And like you're like guarding your guy, but you're also watching the quarterback to see what he's doing, right? And like, so then when he throws the ball to the guy that you're guarding, you can like react to it and like get in the way or like try to pick it off or whatever. But like the frustrating thing, and like Lions corners have been like this like my whole life, is like they'll just not do that. They'll just like stare at the receiver and like turn around and like let the receiver get by him and then like turn their back to the quarterback and then just stare at the receiver. And then they're just making all these easy catches because the corner's like, the ball will come and he's like, oh shit, I didn't know. And it's like, just look at the quarterback.
So
dude.
frustrating.
You know
So frustrating. It can't be this simple. It can't be that you and I have figured it out. There's got to be something else going on, because it can't be this simple.
Figure it out. Couple slow old white dudes. We got it figured out, dude.
Right. Okay. Enough about that. What is burning on your brain, Kyle from Dumpster Divers? Please tell us.
Not really too much. It's been a Eric Zane, actually, let me talk about this. Freaking Dumpster Divers, dude. It's been a crazy summer. We're finishing up like what was the last month? September. The sales were crazy good, dude. Equally as good as August, which was equally as good as June. July was not a super great month. Still a pretty great month, but like not like blowing the top off the defense like we're trying to do.
Uh-huh.
But it's freaking sweet, dude. And we just switched our like Google, like PPC ads and whatnot. We just like switched to our website provider is also the people who provide our software, and they also like focus on dumpster rentals, like as a software or whatever. So they have their own like division that like manages the PPC ads for super cheap. So we just switched to that, and the phone's just ringing, dude. So this is like our best year. This is like the year that shit is taking off, dude.
So are you suggesting that you're one day closer to actually being a multi-millionaire?
Yes. I know. Well, no. Who knows? Who freaking knows? You hope, right? But who freaking knows? But yeah, we are. It's gonna be. We're starting to take like every year up, like even 2020 and 2021, like we were like still building, right? But like this year is like the program was in place, and we were just like spending a lot of time this year just making sure that it works, and it works good, dude. So yeah, I'm hoping to we gotta get rich soon, dude. We have to spend a bunch of freaking money on lawyers and stuff to do like all the stuff to get yourself ready to franchise, which is kind of a bummer.
Speaking of lawyers, have you ever been sued?
Dumpster divers?
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine?
People like we had like that one lady. Remember that one story I was talking about, like the lady that said we broke her driveway when the roofing company was trying to scam us.
She was threatening you.
They said they were gonna sue us, but then like they couldn't because they realized they were fucking idiots.
Oh my God. Yeah, I imagine that would be a little bit fun to have to deal with that sort of shit. But
yeah, we have had like people like, here's the thing, right? So here's a little for anybody that wants to rent a dumpster out there and you're thinking about this, I'll let you know, right? So there's newer driveways, right, that are pretty smooth and whatnot, but sometimes you drop a dumpster off in a driveway that's like from 1970 or whatever. So like it's all cracked and like off level, and there's like chunks missing and whatnot. It's like if you're off-roading, right? Like that's like what the quality of the driveway. So when you drop the dumpster down, it's not like on a level ground or whatever. So like the dumpster kind of has to like level itself out and kind of sit how it's going to be most comfortable. But sometimes that means like when you pick it up, like where your like the truck tires are, like, so basically how it usually works is when you pick the dumpster up, the weight of the dumpster pulls the truck back underneath it,
right.
And so like the tires are not going to move on the dumpster. But when the driveway is a piece of fucking junk, it can't pull you back because like the truck tires are in like a terrain of like geographical nightmare, right? So then it will drag the dumpster sometimes, right? So then like it'll like the dumpster tires are made out of metal, so it'll like either scratch the driveway a little bit, or if it's like a geographical nightmare like I was mentioning, it's gonna fucking like make a bunch of noise and like probably mess up the driveway a little bit. So sometimes those people, even though their driveway is like a piece of junk, they'll get like really protective of it afterwards.
Yeah.
They'll be like, you fucked up my driveway.
Right.
And we'll be like, well, I mean, look at the rest of it. And they're like, no, look what you did. So then like, just to be cool, sometimes we'll come back out with like some asphalt or like concrete and we'll try to like fill some holes, even though we don't know what the fuck we're doing. You know
No, just go out there. It's just a bucket of gravel and just lie.
Exactly. It's like we don't really know. We're just kind of trying to fill it or whatever.
It's sand.
That is like the closest we'll come where people will be like, oh, you fucked up my driveway. That's a disaster. And then we'll be like, all right, we didn't. And so we actually put it in our rental agreement too, to be like, we're not responsible for your shitty fucking driveway.
Chris here writes, you guys broke my driveway, but I got a shitty driveway, so I didn't give a shit.
Wait, did we really?
Yeah, but he's normal. He knows it's fucked up.
We did actually drop off, I think, a dumpster or two dumpsters at Chris K over the past recent times. Hopefully we didn't fuck it up, but I will say, you never fucking know, dude.
Yeah. Have you been following anything going on in the news or the world? That's kind of you've been parking on the past since the last time we spoke.
I know. Yeah, I did actually look up tell me about this, because I don't like watch TikTok or anything, and like I feel like old, so I don't like keep up on random shit that like pop culture is a part of.
Okay.
What is like these articles that say don't cook chicken in NyQuil? FDA warns after TikTok challenge. Is that a thing? Are people doing this?
Well,
have you heard about this? Are you up on this?
Yes, I am. One guy in a parody put some chicken breast in a pan and then poured NyQuil on it and was acting like a chef and how good it's going to taste. And it looks like shit. It's stupid. And you know, it's obviously he's screwing around. Okay?
Okay.
Now, people then, I don't know if they're necessarily doing that and believing the guy to make it, but they are making videos like it. Okay? And I don't think that they're consuming the chicken. But the problem is when you take NyQuil and you heat it up, the vapor that comes off of the pan that you breathe will fuck you up.
Oh, I believe it, dude.
So that's not good. So people are fucking idiots. You can do anything online, and people will try to. You could do it. You could jump off a building and say, "Hey, here you go. This is the new jump off the Empire State Building challenge," and some asshole's gonna do it.
I know, dude. I always say this is just like a life, like the way I live my life. Like if people are going to do stupid ass shit, dude, you should just let them do it. Like there shouldn't be like laws / like movements or whatever to prevent people from doing stupid shit. If people just do stupid shit and they just die, that happens, dude.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
I think generally that's the way it is, and that helps the gene pool. Okay, it gives us more job opportunities. It makes us look better for doing very basic things. It lowers the bar. It lowers the bar so that when we do very basic things, it's like, oh my God, I thought this guy was going to be a stupid ass because of TikTok videos and how stupid people are, but he's actually pretty smart, and you're not, you know?
Right. Yeah, dude, it's I know that's what we should do. Start some sort of movement where TikTok becomes like the like natural selection engine. You know what I mean? Where it's just like the only thing you can post is stupid ass shit that could kill somebody, and if they do it, that's their own damn fault, dude.
Yep. Okay. Well, you know what? That's all I got on my end. Anything else going on in your world that you need to touch on?
I did see this other article that said, and this is like not that funny or anything, but like I love it because of just like if you imagine like the universe / the world, like say there was like an alien race or whatever that they can't like see like humans see, like they can only see, like imagine they saw like emotions, and like it would be like a wavelength of emotions, right?
Right.
This would be funny in that regard, right? So I read that there was this fucking law school in Boston or I don't know, somewhere over there where there's a law school on the East Coast or whatever. They said they had like this computer glitch, and they sent a bunch of fucking people like acceptance letters to like applicants like applied.
Okay.
And I guess like, so it's like a super exclusive school there. I think they said something like there was like 4,000 people who applied, and like only like 250 got in or whatever, something like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so they fucking accidentally sent out like over 2,000, I think, like acceptance letters or whatever. And then, so these fucking people, right? Like there's people out there who got these letters and were like, hell yes. Like I got like the excitement level would be off the chain, right? Because you're like immediately going to be like, fuck, I'm going to go to this school. I'm going to become a lawyer. I'm going to be fucking rich, right?
Right.
Then shortly thereafter, you receive either an email or a call, or I don't know how they fucking fixed it. But then they're like, yeah, you're not fucking coming here, dude. We fucked up. You can't come here because your grades are shit, or like you're just not exemplary enough or whatever. You can't come here, right? And then you destroy that person, right? Like I mean, that's like a pretty official thing where you go like, I'm going to this fucking law school, dude. And then you don't, right? So
right.
Like, you either destroy that person, and either they're going to overcome it and like be like, all right, no big deal. I'll go to another law school. But like a pretty big chance that like you ruin that person and they like become an alcoholic or like start dabbling in drugs or whatever.
Oh,
and
come
like
on.
their whole world is gonna flip, right? So that's why I say like if aliens were watching, they'd see like fucking skyrocketing emotions, like shit's going crazy, and then just down to the floor, dude. Just so anyways, that cracked me up just because
I like how you work the aliens into the story. It didn't even need to be there because
I often will do that where like because I think like, and this is part of the Asperger, which reminds me, I typed that in the chat way earlier, like when you use the word Asperger when
yeah,
you're talking
right. No, Aspergery is good. You got it. Aspergery is excellent.
But part of like my brain being like that is like a lot of things that like humans do or like human constructs or whatever that like is just accepted as normal. Like a lot of times I'll just be like, no, that's fucking weird. Like, why does nobody else think that's fucking weird, right? So that will like lead me to always think about how an alien might think of stupid like shit that we do that we're like, oh, it's very normal. And then like an alien would be like, what, dude? Like, no, it's fucking not, dude.
So basically what you're suggesting is you know how there's like, what would Jesus do? This is what would an alien think? That's where your brain is going on this.
For sure, dude. And like, yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. What's like a simple thing you could fucking think of? Well, I guess like working your whole life or whatever, you know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh no, it totally makes sense. Like you got to have money or whatever to live.
Well,
you know?
yeah, even just the concept of money. If you were,
yeah, there you go. There's one. That's an easy one right there. Yeah, and, like we're all just like, oh no, very normal. Like makes total sense. But like, yeah, there's the potential that an alien would be like, that's super fucking stupid and inefficient.
Yeah,
you
they don't. They're like, why don't you just grow what you need, or they don't understand having goals and hierarchy and knowledge and things like that and pecking order, which is the way it is here, you know?
Yeah. And then imagine, is an alien just going like about money, just being like, okay, and then you're gonna have a bunch of people hoard it, and then you're just gonna let other people die because they don't have any. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like, oh no, it makes total sense. Like you gotta make something of your life, or you're a scumbag and you should die.
Yeah.
And then like aliens would be like, what the fuck, dude? Like there's like one of those theories out there that's like why aliens don't come, like why there's no aliens on Earth. Well, there's a million different theories, but like why we don't have visit Earth is because they think that we're the fucking savages, dude. Like they're like, oh no, dude, like we ain't going there because those guys are fucked up. Dumb.
Well,
dude, they just let people die.
I believe that they're here now. I believe, I'm here. I believe that they're here right now.
Dude, I can't hear you no more.
Hold on. Let me get you in.
Well, hold on. I'm going to turn on. I just turned on fucking
pizza.
I muted the,
pizza.
Switch, so I can't hear you. I just turned on
fucking pizza.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened, dude.
Pizza.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Hang on. Okay. Shit.
What the fuck's going on?
Hold on, I'll be in a second. Okay. You got me on the phone now.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and mute the computer.
Oh, it's muted for sure, dude.
Okay.
Dude, I just want to let everyone out there know this is Zoom's fault because the sound is coming through Twitch just fine, but like Zoom just decided there ain't going to be no fucking noise coming through here no more.
It's going to cut you off. It's going to cut you off. In fact, Chris writes, aliens cut the connection. Now
they probably he's fucking on to us. Cut it.
And the thing is, I think they can still see you, but you know how it is. It's just it has a mind of its own.
It really does. I think Zoom is. Here's the thing: like during the pandemic or whatever, when everything was like, "Oh, we're going to virtual," and like Zoom stock or whatever, like went way through the roof, and like they became like a billions upon billions of dollar worth company or whatever. And then like the stock went way fucking down since then. I think they're just fucking, they probably like rode the ride too high, and they were just like, oh, this is the future. Like, we're going to be the biggest company of all time. And then it was like, no, you're fucking not, dude. And
I had never heard of it.
They had to fire a bunch of people, and like the networks guys are just fucking fired.
I'd never even heard of this thing, and it had been around for quite some time prior to the pandemic, and then it just took off, and I use it almost every day.
Yeah, and it's they're fucking up, Eric Zane.
Did you ever another company that had that happen was Peloton?
Oh yeah.
Everybody got a fucking Peloton.
Yep, well, not me. You wouldn't see me spending that amount of money on something like that.
Go take a fucking walk. Go walk outside.
Exactly.
Why would you spend the same amount as you would for a car? Go take a walk, asshole.
I know. Yeah, there's I know. I actually had to, like, last fall, I had to go to this dude's house and pick up a, what do you call those? Ellipticals for Blue.
Okay.
It was free, so we didn't have to pay for anything or whatever, but I had to go pick one of those up for her.
Oh, yeah.
And then it squeaks like a little tiny bit, so she doesn't ever use it because she doesn't like the squeak. And so here's the thing. I'm supposed to, or I have been supposed to for like a long fucking time. I was supposed to like start taking it apart and like grease all the shit and like so it won't squeak no more, which I haven't fucking done it. But yeah, she just doesn't use it because it fucking squeaks a little bit.
Well, yeah, if you ever want any exercise equipment, just wait, because everyone's going to throw out their Pelotons and treadmills. And it'll probably be in your dumpster.
Yeah. People they throw those away quite a bit, and we gotta go to the metal recycling place and throw them out there because they are pretty heavy, so that does work out pretty good. But no point in putting that shit in a landfill.
Yep, right on. All right, hey, I'm gonna ditch you.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Dumpster Divers,
and we'll fucking see you later, dude.
DumpsterDiversLLC.com. That's a website. Go there, get a damn dumpster, and you're good to go.
Get a damn dumpster.
All right, buddy.
All right, see ya.
See ya. Kyle from Dumpster Divers. Fantastic. One way or another, we'll get him on. There he is. See ya. Somehow we overcome. Seems like every time there's always something. That time was fine because we started off okay, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. It sounds like someone is making food in the background. Put February 1st, 2023 on your calendar, as everyone will be dumping their exercise equipment. That could be the date. Hey, here's a Peloton. Never used. All right. If you want an Eric Zane Show Podcast t-shirt, my merch is all available at ericzaneshow.com. Check out the different styles that are there, and off you go. Thank you if you've purchased in the past. Someone said to me, what was the size of the t-shirt that was mailed to you? I don't know. The tag was ripped off. Someone also said, why don't you go back and look at everyone who bought a Zany Bunch t-shirt? That should narrow it down. I can't. I don't have that ability. I wish. That was like the first thing I did. Everybody assumes I'm an idiot on that whole deal. Okay. Violent Night, the movie. We were talking earlier about the film Smile, and if you want to go see that film with us, we will be gathering in beautiful downtown Grand Rapids at Studio C, Celebration Cinema downtown, for a 1:10 showing of the film Smile on Saturday. It's going to be fun. Kind of. I don't know. I mean, it'll be fun to hang out with you. I'm probably going to get there about 12:50 in the lobby area so that we can say hi, have a conversation, whatever. So it isn't just see you up, go in, then we don't see each other to see the film, because we'll be watching the movie. That'd be great. So that happens on Saturday. The suggestion being made, you better reserve your tickets. No, you're right. You're right. You better reserve those tickets. So we'll all do that. And then there's a suggestion of an after party. If we did do an after party, it would be at Pepino's. Okay? That is my sponsor. So perhaps I might be able to pull some strings to get some free food there. You know? Okay. All right. So that's what's happening. And I bring that up because there's another film that we have to see that I want to show you the preview for. So if you're listening to the audio podcast, you'll be like, wait, I can't even see anything. Well, just click on it in the show notes after the show gets done when I post the audio. And you will see the preview for the film called Violent Night, which that's awesome. As opposed to Silent Night, Violent Night. It stars the guy who plays the sheriff in Stranger Things. And I think he was in one of the Marvel movies. I don't know. I forget that guy's name. Anyway, he is Santa Claus. And shit, David Harbour, that's his name. Shit gets real when the bad guys do a home invasion. And Hopper walks in as Santa Claus, and he's got to save the day. It looks fun and ridiculous. Audio check, video check. Here is the trailer for Violent Night. He's drinking.
You ain't driving, are you?
I steer a little, but the reindeer do most of the work.
This is my 4th year as a Santa. How about you?
I started the whole damn thing.
That was another mall Santa waiting. Hey, how long you been doing Santa? He goes, no, I am Santa.
It's Christmas!
We decided that you could have one gift.
Early.
See this nice, adorable, blended family. Black mom, I think white dad.
What is it?
That is a direct hotline to Santa Claus himself.
I can talk to Santa.
All right, revelers. Welcome to your worst Christmas ever.
Let's go!
So then here come the bad guys. They're going to invade the rich guy's house. Shooting everybody.
You have $300 million in your personal vault. That's what I want for Christmas.
All right, so then Hopper shows up at the house while the home invasion is going on. He has the cookie. He has no idea what he's getting himself into.
I don't want any trouble, okay?
Something's gonna scooch up that chimney.
The bad guy starts kicking Santa's ass.
Who is he? Because it's not your typical mall Santa.
Santa, are you there?
Okay, Santa getting pool balls and putting them into a stocking that's on the mantle and whipping that shit around like he's beating somebody up in a code red. He's kicking the shit out of people.
Daddy said you were very busy tonight.
Okay, Santa Claus has taken the star from the top of the tree and buried it in the bad guy's eye and then plugs the star in and fries the guy's brain.
My name's Trudy Lightstone. Are you going to help us, Santa?
Yeah, Trudy.
Santa?
You're on my nice list. Santa Claus is coming to town. Time for some season's beatings.
Season's beatings? Fuck yeah. All right, he sticks a sharpened candy cane into the guy's face.
Who the hell are you?
Boss, what if he really is the real?
No such thing as Santa.
These bad men, they're all on my naughty list. Naughty. That's naughty!
And what do you do to the naughty ones?
I give them a lump of coal.
Where is it?
All right, he puts the hand grenade in the bad guy's pants.
I gotta watch.
I believe in you, Santa.
Come on. Which one of you did that?
Oh, no. Hopper stepped in reindeer shit.
Prancer. So unprofessional.
All right. It's ridiculous. Probably be fun. It could be fun for another show get together to watch that movie. The description of awesomely terrible. Yes. I like awesomely terrible movies. Horribly good, awesomely terrible. Right on. Okay. Thank you to Kenny for sending that along. Now, he sent it, and I said, yeah, this is something I can talk about. So then, after he sent it, this is how it went. Oh, my God, there's a violent Santa movie. And he sent it. And then I wrote, nice. I will talk about this today. So keep your enormous mouth closed. LOL. And I'm like, yeah, seriously, please do not. I know. I ain't saying anything. Because he's such a buffoon that when I was afraid that I would start talking about the film Smile that we're going to see. And then he would not be able to control himself if I didn't tell him ahead of time, shut up. I'd give him a preemptive shut up. Because he would then say, did y'all see the preview for Violent Night? Oh, Violent Night, Santa Claus is badass. It's Hopper from fucking Stranger Things. And man, and he would just spill the beans on everything. And then I would see it and I would erupt and scream at him and say mean, horrible things to the man. And I don't want to say mean, horrible things to the man. It's to a point where I have to do this. It's important that I say, okay, thank you. So that's very kind of you to send along this link for this ridiculous film. So just remember to keep your fucking mouth shut and don't say squat. Just button your lip so I can address it when I'm ready. God. Oh, that's it. Yeah, he was in a Marvel movie. It was the Black Widow film. He played Crimson Dynamo, I think. Is that the guy? Superhero? All right. Jimmy says he's going to go see Smile today. All right, don't tip us off. Well, I mean, we know it's getting terrific reviews. Terrific reviews. Aram says, have you seen Stranger Things yet? Kenny says, I'm not interested. You said that about Breaking Bad. You would love that show. That is an excellent show. Okay? You should do that. He says, I tried. Keep trying. You got to stay with it. You got to stay with it for significant time. And sometimes that happens. Maureen says she's now finished 3 seasons of Breaking Bad. Oh, God, you wait. You wait. What happened to Winnie the Pooh? I think that's still a thing. When is the Winnie the Pooh? October, possible release date of October 20, 2022. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Man, we got to see that one too. I like the idea of getting together and watching movies. All right. Where are we now? I want to talk about the direct action everywhere protester. So if you remember on the Monday Night Football game, Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers, direct action everywhere. That is the group that they would, the chick glued her hand to the basketball court. I actually had representatives of direct action everywhere on this show. They are staunchly opposed to any living creature being utilized for meat. And they're very bullish about it. And I enjoyed my conversation with them. They make sense to a degree. I don't think I could ever do that. And it all boils down to I don't want to. And I like the taste of hamburger and steak and chicken. It's the best, okay? I can't not eat meat. I love it too much. I enjoy it too much. I don't want to not eat meat. Now, you put in front of me a slaughterhouse video. Yeah, that's going to take a little wind out of my sails. There's no question. But I love eating that type of food. Now, if there was something that was absolutely as good as what I'm eating with no hassle in making it, I'd consider that. Have I explored that? No. Not at all. When I had those people on, they were they're running out of the basketball court because the guy who owns the Minnesota Timberwolves, I guess he's got like I don't know, place where you raise turkeys or something like that, or chickens, and there was a threat of bird flu, so they had to kill all the fucking turkeys by cutting off the air supply and cooked them alive. It was terrible. Oh my God, I don't want to hear about that shit. But it's true. So they're like, this is the worst. They're an awful human being. Oh my God. So they're running onto athletic fields doing that. The dude who ran on the Monday Night Football field, that's the same organization he's associated with, Los Angeles Rams, San Francisco 49ers. The guy's running around. He's got a smoke bomb, a pink smoke bomb. And then Bobby Wagner, the linebacker for the Rams, stepped in his way. The guy hit Bobby Wagner, and the guy fell down. There was actually two dudes. Takaris McKinley put his hands on the dude, and then Bobby Wagner really lowered the big hit, which knocked him out. Didn't knock him out, knocked him down, and then they took him off the field. It was like running into a solid wall. The dude's a big dude. So, okay, that's where it ends. The point was direct action everywhere would be talked about. The dude was trying to, quote, raise awareness for a trial involving the alleged theft of pigs from a factory farm. Direct action everywhere had stolen the pigs to keep them from being slaughtered, and they trespassed while doing it. So they have to face the music. They're a little terroristy in how they do things. I don't approve of breaking onto actual legitimate businesses and stealing the livestock. That's our food supply. Sorry, that's the way it is. But they're not giving up. So they send this dumbass out on the field. And football player says, all right, this is why they tell the football players, oh, don't touch the protesters. Keep away from the protesters. Because this guy was booked for trespassing. And then as soon as he got sprung, he turned around and is filing a police report against Bobby Wagner, the linebacker for the Rams. Come on, man. Santa Clara Police Department Lieutenant Kwang Fan confirmed to ESPN on Wednesday the police report was filed Tuesday afternoon because this is an active investigation. Information will be limited, Fan said. According to TMZ, the individual is an activist for the Berkeley, California-based animal rights group Direct Action Everywhere and was trying to raise awareness for the pigs. Wagner said Wednesday he is aware of the police report, but that the incident is behind him. He's going to get sued. Yeah, I can't really focus on it, Wagner said. I'm more concerned about the security guard that was trying to chase him. You just got to do what you got to do. Wagner reiterated Wednesday that as players, you never know what a person has in their hands or their pockets when they're on the field. There's consequences for your actions, Wagner said, which I can't disagree with. When asked what he thought of the police report, Rams coach Sean McVay said, I think that we all know where Bobby's intentions were, and I support Bobby Wagner, McVay said. That's where I'm at with it. I don't think anybody will disagree. We need to have these people at Direct Action Everywhere enter forget the basketball game and the football game. All right? If you really want to have people talk about you, climb a fence and get into the octagon when there's like an MMA event going on and see how that goes. Or a boxing match or something like that. One of those things. I can just imagine how that would go. Because these guys, you would see the two guys who are trying to beat the shit out of each other, then beat the shit out of the Direct Action Everywhere guy. I mean, everybody wins on this. Pay-per-view audience, they see something spectacular. The athletes are protected because they're doing what they're trained to do. Beat the shit out of someone. They're working as a team, so that's a historic moment. And the guy is going to end up getting arrested and maybe even getting some cash out of this, suing MMA or suing the UFC. Hopefully not. Hopefully they just have an insurance policy which takes care of that. In fact, if I'm Dana White, I would encourage this behavior and use it as a way to sell pay-per-views. Say, and guaranteed an appearance by Direct Action Everywhere sometime in the fight. They will be interrupting, and our athletes are going to beat the shit out of Direct Action Everywhere. We are encouraging an appearance. He should actually make a donation to Direct Action Everywhere, and then come up with a creative way to get them into the ring. Rappel down, parachute, hidden panel in the floor, come up and just start, waving their Direct Action Everywhere flag, and then encourage the athletes to then join forces and beat the shit out of this guy. I wonder if anybody has ever been swayed to become an animal rights activist because of the efforts of Direct Action Everywhere. I mean, we know our very own pal Aram, who's enjoying the live stream right now. It wasn't a Direct Action Everywhere moment that made him someone who does not eat meat. I forget if he's a vegetarian or a vegan or whatever, but he gave it up. I think Aram was driving down the road somewhere in America, and he looked to the vehicle next to him while holding like a Big Mac in his hand. And he looked next to him, and there was a livestock vehicle with this adorable little baby cow looking at him. And I think he freaked out and puked and then rolled down the window and threw the Big Mac out the window, and he has never looked back. And, I mean, let the ends justify the means. All right? Tyler says Wagner just needs to say he feared for his life, and he'll skate by. Aram says our Direct Action Everywhere, a 501c3. I'm guessing that's where you can send your money in addition to the AT Children's Project, Aram. They might be looking for some cash here. Aram says, my story, that's correct. More or less. Amazing. Kenny adds, baby cows grow up to become awesome steaks and delicious hamburgers. Chris says, or they stay delicious veal. Yeah. Oh, my God. Even just thinking about it, I think I am on the cusp. I'm one bad incident of seeing something I shouldn't, of making me like Aram. Okay? If I think too much, I would become a vegan. And frankly, I probably should. It would keep me healthier. There's no doubt about it. If you eat like a vegan or a vegetarian, oh my God, Your A1C low will just drop like a stone if you're like on the border of getting diabetes. Your cholesterol will drop dramatically. Your arteries will improve. Oh, man. Aram, we should have that conversation. Do you eat delicious food? And is it a pain in the ass to make? I should really think about that. Your cholesterol will significantly drop. That's true. Absolutely true. Josh says no one, and I repeat, no one will buy the Eric Zane Slaughter the Turks vegan cookbook. Let me tell you something right now. You're full of shit. If I put my mind to it and decided that I actually want to do this, it's going to be the best damn cookbook ever. And I'm going to make sure that those vegan recipes would be perfectly delicious recipes. Here I am talking shit about something I'm not actually going to do. That's ridiculous. Tyler says, I went plant-based. 3 months later, my cholesterol dropped 30 points. 100% I believe that. Chris says there's actually a lot of good Middle Eastern vegetarian dishes. Aram says we can co-author the book. Oh, my God. Yes. Anytime I talk about writing a book, though, that's a bad thing. I mean, I've got about 1 million things I could write about. My time on the radio has 1,000,001 stories that are hilarious and interesting. The kidney, that's a totally separate book. I could write that book. Will I? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I could never do that because of the time spent doing this. The only way I could ever write a book is if I gave up podcasting 100%. Kyle says, I'll make sure to throw in any vegan meals in the trash while I'm eating a burger, a steak, and some chicken. You're not kidding. It's ridiculous. I go back and forth. I can't even begin to think what life would be like if I could not eat a Bosco's hamburger. I don't want to live in that world. Or the Eric Zane Show Podcast, Sweet Heat Slaughter the Turks chili. I can't even talk. Yeah, screw that, man. I don't even want to talk to you, Aram. No. I am still not ready for that. Okay. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. 231-332-6505. Get a mortgage from my friend Mario Flores. Doesn't matter where you are in the U.S., Alaska, Hawaii, South Carolina, and Maine are the only exceptions. Go ahead and get as good of a rate as you can on a refi. Maybe it's your first mortgage. Maybe it's your 10th mortgage. NMLS number 3035. Tap into the trusted source for the Eric Zane Show podcast when it comes to a mortgage. Mario is absolutely fantastic. Please mention me when you reach out. 231-332-6505. Stand by. A&E Heating and Cooling, 616-516-8579. When you need anything in the West Michigan area concerning your furnace or air conditioner. Get a tune-up for just $79. You should always get your furnace tuned up before you start using it. $79. Call to schedule 616-516-8579 today. If you need a new furnace, they'll install the Comfort Maker brand, the best in the business, and you can take advantage of that. Thank you to Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. We are not far from when you have to have open enrollment, mypolicyshop.com, talking about Obamacare, healthcare.gov. Gone are the days when you're like, well, I can't get healthcare because I don't have an employer that offers that, or I'm self-employed, or I'm between jobs. Wrong. People who hear my message are reaching out to Frank and realizing, oh, my God, I don't have to have this type of stress in my life of knowing that myself and or my family are not covered with health care. So many options available for you. And Frank helps you every step of the way in getting started on healthcare.gov. That's what he's doing. He's holding you by the hand and leading you through all of that process because it's pretty easy to mess up. And the best part about Frank is there's no cost. He is a licensed independent insurance agent / broker and a Medicare Advantage plan expert, Social Security guru, who helps with all of these things, and he earns his money for his living from insurance companies, not from the client base. So there you go. Work with Frank today, 616-914-4070. You can have insurance today, no lie, if he can fit you into the schedule. Please mention your old pal, Eric Zane. Excuse me. And if you or someone you know or love is getting set to turn 65, they may need a Medicare Advantage plan checkup. Call Frank and ask about that today. All right. In my neck of the woods here, it's known as America's Salad Bowl. Or is it Michigan's Salad Bowl? Or I think it's Michigan's Salad Bowl. Like if you're driving around Hudsonville, Michigan, you'll see signs that say, "Welcome to Hudsonville, Michigan's Salad Bowl." I was like, okay, so they're suggesting that they grow all the lettuce, I guess? Is that what it is? And I'm not 100% sure on that, why that is. But that's what it says. So there's a lot of growing going on. In fact, little known tidbit of information. A lot of the areas of land here are low-lying. They used to be bodies of water that have dried up. And the organic rich soil is ideal for growing any type of, stuff you might put on your salad. Maybe that's why. So there you go. You drive around, you see a lot of farms where I live. They feed the country. There's one particular place that, you might not want to eat anything in this community. I take it back. I said Hudsonville, but I think I screwed this up already. It's a different part of Michigan, but it doesn't matter. This is still a ridiculous story. But that's still true about Hudsonville. But the area I'm talking about is Homer, Michigan. And the farm is called Country Gardens. And they spell it Kuntry. Country Gardens. Now, one thing you're supposed to do is when you fertilize the fields, you have to use, approved agricultural grade fertilizer. You can't just put anything on it. And you damn well sure can't take all of the feces from your outhouse and put it on your agriculture products. That's what they're doing at Country Gardens. The guy who owns the farm, I guess he had a couple buckets of shit and he just sprayed it on there. And then he said, oh my God, this is a big no-no. It's a huge problem. And I think he ratted himself out. I'm not sure what's going on here. Audio check, video check. Let's hear what's going on in this story.
We are learning more about what led up to the state issuing a warning about produce grown on fertilizer that also consisted of untreated human waste.
News 8's David Horak spoke with the owner of the farm where it all happened, new tonight at 6.
Andy Stutzman, the owner of Country Gardens, told me that this was a complete accident and honest mistake.
The owner declined an on-camera interview, but told News 8 they never use human waste as fertilizer and that buckets containing it from an outhouse were mistakenly dumped where their produce grows.
He did disclose it directly to our inspectors.
After a routine inspection conducted by the state, those affected fields are now marked off by restricted red tape.
So the state comes in to do a look, and they're, Andy, It's like fucking toilet paper here and turds. Did you dump? What the fuck, Andy? Did you dump shit here, Andy?
Stutzman said they are not trying to hide or do anything that they shouldn't.
Regardless of whether it's organic or traditional, we're looking for the same basic things. Is the product being produced in a safe manner and in accordance with the state's food laws? And when that doesn't happen, we do put out consumer advisories.
Okay, so buckets of shit had to be taken from the outhouse and then walked over and then dumped. And you're telling me, Andy Stutzman, this is an accident.
Consumer advisory for Country Gardens was issued Tuesday. It said the state has received no reports of people getting sick from the affected products. Stutzman says he is truly sorry and sad that this happened while working.
I say he's saying this because he got caught
with the state and Calhoun County to take the necessary steps to never let this happen again.
MDARD says that the cease and desist and seizure orders are indefinite with no end date. And Stutzman says that they are ready to move on come next season.
Oh, yeah, sure. Something tells me that it's going to be tough to want to get anything from Country Gardens. So, what's going to happen is it doesn't look like it's too big of a place. Hawkeye fan says fertilizing the corn with corn. Nobody empties an outhouse like that unless you're using it for something. This asparagus waste fertilizer smells like asparagus. Maureen refers to Andy Stutzman as a cunt. You're a cunt. You knew there was trouble when the place was spelled country, Kuntry. Can Saul call them during the Patreon? All right. Yeah. Andy Stutzman is like, yeah, we're just going to move on next year. Well, hell, they're going to show up at the farmer's market with their their tomatoes, and they're going to have a sign that says no longer fertilized with human shit. Oh, man. No way. I do not believe that is the first and only time this quote-unquote accident has happened. That seems terrible. At my place up north, there is no running water. But if you ever get water, you have to get it from a well up there. So you dig your well and boom. And next thing you know, you have water from the aquifer. Problem. We've been shitting into the ground for 50 years there in that outhouse. In fact, we dug a hole, we put the outhouse there, and my dad never put like a barrel. You're supposed to create like a homemade septic field. Did he do that? No. It just goes right into the hole. And then that got full, so he buried that and dug another hole. And that's where poo-poo and pee-pee goes. Into there. So I'm pretty much assured that the fresh water at my place is loaded with feces. I don't know if I'd ever be comfortable tapping that water, knowing that all of that crap goes down to the soil, goes down through the soil into the aquifer. Do some serious testing on that water before I'd ever consider, but I don't plan on tapping that anyway. So I like it without water. I like being filthy and stinky is what I'm telling you. Okay. So congrats to Andy. I think he has preemptively won the Asshole of the Day award. We'll find out. We'll go over the good, the bad, and the ugly in a moment. Hey, advertise with the Eric Zane Show Podcast. If you want your message heard on the show, just send me an email and I'll tell you how it works. Eric@ericzaneshow.com on the Shoreliners Striping inbox. We do this show each and every day and get the message out for Dozens of advertisers. Seems to work. It's been that way for 4 years. They seem happy. I can count very minimal number of people who are like, it just didn't work for me. Looking at you, JM Synthetics. Nobody bought the oil. No one bought it. No one bought the AMSOIL. And for the life of me, I can't figure out why. I bought it. Anyway. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. It's been quite some time, nearly 4 years we've been together, and I've been talking about them. If you ever need your vehicle fixed, that is the trusted place to get it, okay? But don't just take my word for it. Look at all of the Google reviews they have on their website. Irvines.com, E-R-V-I-N-E-S. Irvines.com. Call them 616-532-6600, a West Michigan-based local run by a family, owned by a lady who is also a veteran. How about that? All those things. Irvine, 616-532-6600. They are the experts on EVs and hybrids. The dealers, when they get into trouble, they call upon Irvine's. You should too. Thank you to Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. The Kent County Health Department reminds you that the WIC program is ready if you are ever in need to make sure that your family stays fed. This is of course, supported by tax dollars. The WIC program, you pay into it. If you ever are in need, don't you dare feel bad about what you have to do to feed that family. Keep everybody nourished appropriately with the WIC program. And you can get all the information you need about it when you go to accesskent.com/health. Thank you very much to the Kent County Health Department. All right. Kenny says about our property, 100 years from now, new owners up there will be like, why does this water smell like shit and piss? It gets filtered eventually, the water, says Runner Girl 001. Training for the New York City Marathon. New York City Marathon, by the way. Okay, let us review on today's show, the asshole of the day. Brought to you by TC Paintball. TC Paintball, Paintball War number 20 has been moved to October 23rd. Originally scheduled for Sunday, October 16th. Now, Sunday, October 23rd. We've got the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tonight. Huge show yesterday. My interaction with Prakash, the yoga guy on the street who wanted my money. Gas on the rise. Shit. Herschel Walker. Oh, my God. Definitely on the deny till you die path. Direct action everywhere. Protester files police report. Sweet Allison from Harbor Humane is letting her dog Mando Boogs pick the football games. Violent night movie. Kenny having to be reminded not to destroy the movie. Or destroy my segment when I talk about the movie. Let's see. Let's Kill with Kyle from Dumpster Divers. We almost made it through without a technical issue. And, of course, Country Gardens. What was dude's first name again? Andy. Aha. Best B Facts says, hi, Eric, just popping by to share a fact. Bees know every time you get a boner. We still don't know how they know. Interesting. Thank you. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Andy's approach of, I don't know what happened. It was an accident. We've never had this happen before. I don't believe you, Andy. That seems too convenient. You should just keep lying. That would be better off. How do you not know that? And if it was an accident, we need more details. Who did it? Was it you? Was it someone you know at the farm at Country Gardens? Andy Stutzman is your asshole of the day for dumping his shit on your food and then it winding up in your mouth. Hey, I'm Andy Stutzman. Come eat my shit. Ugh. What the fuck? Profits over public health. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for being part of the Eric Zane Show podcast for this, the 6th of October. Patreon happens a little bit later on, but that is my time today. If you are only listening to the free podcast, do consider signing up for Patreon. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Till next time, folks, thank you. Have a great one. Bye-bye.